So we got another new moon in Scorpio, Cusp, Sagittarius. Anytime we're dealing with a 27, 28, 29, 0, 1, and 2 degree spectrum, we're dealing with shared influences from one element to the next element. And also, a cusp just means where you blend in with both energies, where you're not just one energy, you're just both energies. At times, you can be this energy, you can be that energy. So it's playing both hands to hands when it comes to that spectrum. So we're on the cusp of Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius season, and we're on the cusp of Moon in Scorpio, cusp Sagittarius. So we just, had that influence of Moon, of Mars being in Scorpio, intent, willpower, passion, motivation, desires towards your fixed emotions, your fixed feelings, your fixed desires, your fixed motives. Now we have Mars, the, the intent, your intentions, your willpower, your passion, motivation, your desires is in Sagittarius, where you're going to be passionate towards your ways of seeing and feeling about your visions, your experiences, your meanings, your reasons, your purposes, your beliefs, what you have purpose in, what you have faith in, and areas and locations where you want to be expanding. Of course, getting up out of a cage. So Scorpio is always going to be, feel deep and want to soak. It's going to want to soak deep and feel deep about its influences inwardly. And of course, that church always want to, express what they see and feel about, their influences. Now, Sagittarius exalts the moon. So this is, a very powerful time. And you have the cusp with Scorpio where, the moon is asleep there. So anytime the planet is asleep, that means it's not aware of what's going on. It's not, you know, consciously aware of what's going on, even though the moon is subconscious. It's not going to be subconsciously aware of what's going on. It's kind of a situation where, you've seen the movie Baby Boy, where, in the beginning, where, he was just, he was in the womb. He wasn't aware of what's going on. He wasn't, breathing, nothing was going on. It's kind of like, he was born as, it's like he was born, but he wasn't born yet. It's like, he was pretty much dreaming. He went in his inner world, he was inside of himself. And, and then all of a sudden, when he awoke, that would be, the influence of Sagittarius, aka him getting out of a cage because he feel, he's an adult. It's like, it's kind of like a situation where, okay, I've been stuck into this situation too long. Now it's time to rebel up and get up out of the situation. That's pretty much, the influence of the Baby Boy movie at the beginning of the scene where, he felt the need to retreat, aka get up out of that. So that's pretty much what you're going to be experiencing and influencing for these past few days with the new moon, Cusp, and Scorpio and Sagittarius. You're going to be feeling a deep need to expand and get up out of a situation, aka a cage or something that's, that you have been deeply rooted in. So you're going to have the willpower, passion, motivation, desire to expand and get up out of a situation. Now, the areas and locations where you have that at in your horoscope is going to be back and supported by the areas and locations where you are more influenced, where you have the power and the habits of, influencing and having things go your way fluidly. Now, if this is in your sun, this is what you're going to be acting on. If this is in your moon, this is what you're going to be reacting, responding, and manifesting and feeling need to, do passionately. If it's in your Mercury, speaking of Mercury, we got Mercury in Sagittarius. Now it's back in Scorpio. It's more of a retrograde where past influences, past meanings, reasons, and purposes towards what you are thinking about, communicating about, or past previous influences where you may have debates and things of that perspective. That's going to be pretty much coming back up, and it's going to be on your mind, or it's going to be in your memory when it comes to your networking, where the memories will say, "Do you remember this?" It's going to be coming back up. Also, we got if it's in your Venus, this is going to be areas and locations where you're going to be valuing, loving, and pleasure. If it's in your Mars, it's going to be areas and locations where you're going to go hard in the painting. If it's in your Jupiter, it's going to be areas and locations where you're going to be expanding and setting meanings, reasons, and beliefs. If it's in your Saturn, it's going to be the area and location where you're going to be setting boundaries, restrictions, limitations, and status quo influences. This is in your Uranus, it's going to be the area and location where you go to unexpected changes. This is in your Neptune, going to be the area and location where you're going to be dreaming and fantasizing about this. If this is in your Pluto, it's going to be the area and location where you're going to be feeling the need to take full control. This is in your Chiron, this is going to be areas and location where you're going to be dealing with trauma. If this is in your South Node, it's going to be past influences. That's going to be popping back up. If this is in your North Node, it's going to be the influence that's going to be more of a situation where You kind of gonna be, very hesitant, but it's gonna be opening doors for you. Now, the area and location where you have Scorpio at is gonna be area and location where you're gonna be feeling a deeper need to, take full control over a scenario or situation. Where the area and location where you have Sagittarius at is gonna be the area and location where you're gonna be expanding and looking at the bigger purpose of things. Now, first and foremost, if you have Scorpio in the first house, you're a Scorpio ascendant. Now, if you have Sagittarius in the second house, you're a Scorpio ascendant. So that means you're going to be pretty much feeling the need to react and respond deeply towards transformations with yourself and finding the meaning and reason and purpose to expand your values when it comes to your finance, your assets, the resources, the material, how you make money. Is how is the way you making money a cage? Is it, setting you putting you in situations where you need to feel the need to retreat and look at the bigger picture and expand your financial situation? Or you want to stay put in this cage? It's up to you. The seeds you plant now will hold weight when the moon go into Gemini, and you're gonna be dealing with the unexpected fulfillment or unexpected fulfillment when you reign this in Gemini, Cusp, Taurus. Now, Scorpio in the second house, you a Libra ascendant. Now you have Sagittarius in the third house, which is your opposite. So you're gonna be feeling a deeper need. Now Scorpio in the second house is transformative here. So you're gonna go to some deep transformations when it comes to your desires and how you make gains in life, aka transforming and taking control over your financial situation. And your third house, your environment, your surroundings, um, social media, things that you are networking on. You're gonna be expanding your mind.